What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. In last episode, man, we took our very first loss of the season. And while we're still ranked in the top 8, that would put us in the college football playoff if the season ended today. We can't afford to have any more slip-ups over the course of this season, I don't think. You know, we might maybe take like one more loss and be okay, but I don't want to take that chance. So this episode is all about getting ourselves back on track. We got a double header once again. We will start playing against Texas A&M, who is a good team on paper, A overall squad, A+ offense, A defense, but 3-5, so they have definitely disappointed in terms of expectations. And then we'll take on a surprising Houston squad who's currently 6-2 at the moment. So we'll see if we can give them a slice of humble pie as well. But that being said, though, I hope you guys are really excited for this episode. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, and then of course hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new as well. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the field to start this double header. Let's go ahead and see if we can go 2-0 in this episode. Let's get it. Alright, boys, so I did not like how we ended up playing in the previous episode, so let's see if we can start off a little bit better here, as we end up in a 3rd and 18, but we do the worst possible thing, man. We turn the football over. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see at all. Doing that kind of stuff, that's crazy, man. So it's now 10-0 already. Not the start that we were looking for, but then we threw behind our receiver too. That was Andrew Hargrove, I believe, or Drew Ryan that we were trying to throw the football to. And it threw backwards. So a terrible start for us here once again. And now we find ourselves down 17-0 already. This is not the start that I was looking for, man. So Will Lewis, he's going to try to get us a little bit better of a drive going, and that will help us out tremendously. 38-yard rush, able to get to that second level and then some. But now we got our work cut out for us. A 17-0 lead. We got to find a way to close that out. Get it back under control. Otherwise, you know, we might also risk being blown off the field and, you know, being the number 6 team in college football and getting blown out by a team that's not even ranked in the top 25. That is not something that I'm trying to do right now. So we're going to try to get back on track, and we will do just status. Justin McDonald is going to find himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves started with a score on the board. But Texas A&M, they just aren't going to stop. Our defense is we have not been playing good offensively, obviously, but defensively, we haven't done ourselves any favors either. We got to scramble out of the pocket there as everything was locked up on that play. And now we go back to work here, 3rd and 9, as DeAngelis going to get him all set up, squeaky clean, down under the middle. He's going to sling this ball out to Lonnie Covington. Wow, that was really hard to get out. But we got a 1st and 10, though. We got a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as DeAngelis under shotgun, facing a blitz. Going to get it out quickly to Andrew Hargrove, and he will come down and make the play. So another 1st down for us here as DeAngelis drops back once more. Looking to the left. He's going to just run for this 1st down as well. Might be a little bit more running than usual for Antoine DeAngelis, as these DBs are doing a really good job of covering our receivers as we threw to the wrong button. Oh, I mean, I can't even blame that on DeAngelis, to be honest. That was all on me. And we are struggling. We are not down bad right now. Oh no, we are down horrendous. as it is already 38-7, and we're not even at halftime yet. This is the worst game that I have played probably in this series so far. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We are definitely having a pretty difficult time right now, as we'll go ahead and throw on 2nd and 5, trying to get it out to the left-hand side to Drew Ryan, who is going to be forced out of bounds. So a chance to maybe find the end zone before halftime, as DeAngelis is going to throw a rocket to the right-hand side and finds Andrew Hargrove. And that will help us out some. But now, if we want to make this comeback happen, we really need our defense to really come out here and get some stops. And, you know, at the moment, we're not necessarily getting that, right? So it hasn't been what we wanted, but 1st and 10, just got to focus on us for right now. If our defense can't get stops, our defense can't get stops. But what we can control is how we play on offense. And 14 points in a half, that's probably not going to do it against Texas A&M, as we do get another 1st down against Andrew Hargrove. And we'll see if we can rebound and play better. DeAngelis looking downfield, good, trying to launch it out to Justin McDonald's, who was wide but naked open on that play. He does pick up the 1st down, and that will get us into the red zone here as we look for our 3rd touchdown of the day. And while it doesn't happen right here, Willie Lewis really showing some pure heart there, as that gets us inside the 2-yard line, and our running back, our star 99 overall running back, does the rest, man. Touchdown for us. And our defense, our prayers are being heard. They actually get a stop, so it cuts it down to 24. If we can just get this down to a 2-possession game before we go into the final quarter, that would be really advantageous. We can make this comeback happen. We do need some help, though. DeAngelis dropping back. He's looking. Once again, all locked up downfield, so we got to run for the 1st down. And thankfully, DeAngelis up for the challenge. Already 8 carries for him today. As we go with another 4 verts on 1st and 10, and they go with the blitz, but this time able to find a lot of more running room this time around, and it sets us up outside of the red zone, looking for another score. DeAngelis looking downfield. Nobody is open. Somebody needs to get open for us here, man. Just somebody, please. That's all I'm asking. Is now 3rd and goal from, looks like, about the 5-yard line. Actually, DeAngelis might have pulled something in his hamstring or something, because he is out. So now the true freshman Kevin Carpenter comes into this game now in a really difficult spot. But first throw that he has, at least his first major throw, goes to Lonnie Covington. That is a big time throw. That is what you expect a 5-star freshman to make. But he also, he's still got some room to learn. Kevin Carpenter, he is a guy that is good enough to start at some schools right now, but that doesn't mean he's going to have his fair share of mistakes. And we saw it right there. Now, as for Antoine DeAngelis, he is somebody, he is actually bruised his shoulder. It was not a hamstring injury like I originally thought it was, which is a good sign. Hamstrings are a lot trickier to recover than shoulder injuries. But with that being said, though, we have Kevin Carpenter for the remainder of this game. So these receivers and our defense specifically, they really need to step up here. As Carpenter, he's going to try to run this read option here. He's going to get loose, and while he's not as quick as Antoine DeAngelis, he still has some mobility on him. And look at this. Right after we got the touchdown, we get a turnover in a goal line situation, so we go back-to-back like a Drake song, and we get 2 touchdowns on 2 consecutive offensive plays. And that's what we need, man. That's the type of stuff I'm looking for. Now, it's down to a 2-score game. Now, we do need to score relatively quickly here because I'm assuming we're going to have to try for an onside kick if we even do score on this drive. So we got to work those out of bounds. We got to work the no huddle. Gonna be a lot of us running on the ball, as that is a nice throw to Lonnie Covington. Not a ton of space to make that throw, getting it in between in the hole, but it is a nice throw for sure, as we can still run the football. We still have our timeouts. I don't want to use those timeouts, but we can still use our timeouts if possible. As we go on the ball once again, 2 minutes left of play. Carpenter able to actually break a tackle, and that does get us inside the 10-yard line there. As we look for it here on 2nd and goal, Carpenter trying to throw the slant pattern, but it looks like the fat lady is going to be singing as Kevin Carpenter throws his 2nd interception of the day, and that pass right there, that's going to be the dagger. And so for the 2nd game in a row, after starting off undefeated, we have now lost 2 straight games, and we now fall to 7-2. So we started the season out 7-0, and now we lose our 2nd straight game. This one being more devastating than the last. This was a team that was under 500, in danger of missing a bowl game, and we lose to them pretty convincingly, actually. I mean, we tried to make a rally in the 2nd half, but, backup quarterbacks in, and we put ourselves in a tight spot. We just couldn't pull it out. Now, a big reason why we couldn't necessarily pull it out was simply because we turned the football over way too much in this one. We were definitely rushing, given that we saw Texas A&M score as much as they did in the first half. That definitely hurt us. Antoine D'Angelo's 16 for 27, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But we also see Kevin Carpenter for the first time in key action. And while he does have some serious potential, he did not look ready for the moment necessarily. 8 for 12, 86 yards, did have that touchdown pass, but also threw 2 interceptions, including the one that did end up sealing the game. Now, one thing that we were able to do pretty well was run the football, though, so I am happy about that. Willie Lewis had a good day on the ground, 12 for 95 and a touchdown. Antoine D'Angelo's had some good yardage, and then Kevin Carpenter, he does have some mobility, and he did use that to his advantage, able to find the end zone off of 45 yards rushing. And then finally for our receivers, surprisingly, once again, we did not have anyone over 100 yards today. Drew Ryan was the closest out of group, the sophomore redshirt out of Sheffield Lake, Ohio. He ends up with 9 catches and 76 yards. He was the closest to 100 and did also lead the team in catches. We do also see Andrew Hargrove with a touchdown. He had 5 for 72. And then Greg Coleman caught a touchdown pass, and the same could also be said for Justin McDonald. Again, losing our 2nd game in a row. We'll see how far this drops us in the poll. Hopefully we can stay within range of that top 8 so that we can stay in that college football playoff hunt, that kind of discussion. So all of a sudden now, this matchup against Houston becomes really important for us, because that loss knocks us down to number 17 in the country. And so not only, if we want to make it to the college football playoff, not only do we need to make sure that we make it, we win out from here on out, but we're going to need some help. We need to make sure that, Texas A&M, we got to hope that they lose a conference game between, Texas, Houston, and Missouri. Missouri is 7-2, so, definitely possible. And then we got to take care of business as well. We do beat Texas, so we have the tiebreaker on them, but look at Houston. Houston 6-3. They did lose a stunner to Tulsa, so that puts them at 4-1. So that really does help us out, because that puts us just 1 game back, and we could still win the division. And I now think that if we want to make it to the college football playoff, get into that top 8, we're probably going to have to go to the conference championship game, get that win so that we can get that boosted up on our resume. So that being said, we'll go ahead, check out Houston. Let's see what they got going on. Like I said, solid team. They're 6-3. They're kind of defying these expectations a little bit. 4-1 in the conference as well. A very good Southwestern Conference, might I add. They're a good squad, man. We cannot take them lightly by any means. Anyone could beat anybody on any given day. I mean, we saw that with the last 2 games that we play, but I really do think if we just take care of the football, that's all that we need to do. Take care of the football, and if we can do that, then we can win this game. So here's to hoping that we do a better job of doing just that this time around. I'll catch you guys on the field down in Houston. Let's see if we can get ourselves back on track and get this win. All right, man. So for a split second, we have to forget about the national championship. If we don't win this game, we don't even get a chance to win a conference championship, and that would be a huge letdown for our program right now. So we got some work to do if we want to turn things around, as we got a 3rd and 24 that we somehow found ourselves in. Really not much that you can do when you got to pick so many yards up in one singular play. So we just dump it off to the halfback. Hopefully he can do something, and that just didn't happen. So we're out here now. Houston, once again, they have the lead on us, man. Another slow start for our team. Not what I wanted to see. I was hoping that our team can come out here and have a little bit more urgency. As 2nd and 4 now, we're going to hand it off to the tailback on the read option. And it turns out to be the correct read, as well as that does manage to go ahead and give us a 1st down. Is now 3rd and short coming, trying to pick up yet another 1st, as Lewis having a little bit of trouble finding some space. But it looks like the NCAA gods are going to go our way, as that will also pick up a 1st down for us. So the drive will continue. A few plays later, 3rd and 5, looking downfield. We got a man downfield, and it's Greg Coleman who comes down and makes a nice acrobatic grab. So now 3rd and a couple, as we're looking for our 1st points of this game. Handing it off to Louis Lewis, but we cannot reach that 1st down marker though. So we're going to go for it here. Just need the 1 yard. Blessing of the head coach. DeAngelis looking to go ahead. He's going to get it off to Louis Lewis, who runs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Sometimes you gotta be bold, and sometimes you gotta be brave as well, as that is going to put up 6 points on the board because of it. So now a 7-3 game is now DeAngelis dropping back, gonna get it out to Drew Ryan on the next drive, and deep curls, just kind of threw that one up in the air, and thankfully Drew Ryan was the much better player in that matchup. We'll see if we can do that again, this time attacking the other side. Same exact play, except we have a little bit more success there. And it sets up 2nd and 11. DeAngelis, we're going to try to get it out, and oh, we got stuck there. Thought we were going to be able to get that pass off. Willie Lewis didn't really have anybody in front of him. That's the crazy part. If we would have just gotten the football to him, that would have been a pretty significant gain. But instead, that's just pure bad luck at the end of the day of getting stuck like that and then having it turn into a turnover too. Definitely rough for sure. But we still have the lead here. We're still up 7-3. As we're looking to pick ourselves back up a little bit, we get it out to Greg Coleman there, who does pick up the 1st down. Is now 2nd and 1 coming, going with the play action. DeAngelis all by himself, looking around, trying to possibly pick up the 1st down on the ground. He runs for it, runs away from one defender, and then cuts himself out of bounds, so that he does not go ahead and get himself lit up like a Christmas tree. And so another red zone opportunity on the way, and it turns into another touchdown as Louis Lewis finds the end zone for the 2nd time today. So a 14-3 lead, but unfortunately for us though, Louis Lewis did get shaken up. So now the backup tailback, Marcus Hayden, who is a senior red shirt, he now comes into the game, and this is his 1st time that he gets to be that real primetime tailback, the bell cow of the offense, even though we do run a little bit more of a air raid. But Marcus Hayden's been answering the call, man. Picking up some good runs, helping us move the sticks. Or at the very least, getting us in third and manageable situations. It's 3rd and 4. DeAngelo's looking over the middle, but he doesn't. He gets hit as he's thrown. And that does have us settle for a field goal. So a much better first half, to say the least, versus what we saw in the Texas A&M game as part of our, yet another double header. Is now 17-6 here. DeAngelo's going to drop back the pass, looking over to the right-hand side and gets it out to Coleman. And Greg Coleman does go ahead and get himself the first down as we have 1st and 10. DeAngelo's again looking over the right-hand side, getting it out to Hargrove. Hargrove, he's out on the loose and does pick up a substantial first down. And now another red zone opportunity. DeAngelo's looking towards the end zone. It finds the tight end, Justin McDonald. Touchdown, Sooners. And the lead keeps growing. And that gap continues to widen. As we will get one more score up on the board before we go into halftime. And we get ourselves a nice little lead here. 24-6. And on the kicker is we actually do also give ourselves the football to start this second half as well, so we can really we can do ourselves a little bit of favor and do a little bit of a double dip. Is now 24-6. Cronin does sour our second half a little bit. It's technically our second turnover of the day, the first one that actually matters. We did actually get the football with like 2 seconds left, and we tried a Hail Mary that did also get intercepted, but again, it was like the last play of the half, so it didn't really matter. But DeAngelo's looking to try to get his team back on track after the interception. Gets it out to Coleman, who keeps himself in bounds, and it's a huge gain. 46 yards there. And now another red zone chance. DeAngelo's under shotgun. They send the blitz, but we have the right play call, and Andrew Hargrove is going to turn that thing into yet another touchdown for us. That extends the lead upward. Now we're going to be up by 25 there in a 4-possession lead. We do also go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of a field goal off screen. Now 33-6 here as Hargrove looking to get loose with it. And Andrew Hargrove with a massive first down. Gain of 35. And now 3rd and inches coming up. DeAngelo's under center, looking to the left. He's going to find Drew Ryan. And Ryan's going to pick himself up a gain of 15 here. And another 1st and 10 is McDonald. We might be able to get him into the end zone, and we will do just that. 40 burger officially confirmed on the board as Antoine DeAngelo's gets his 3rd passing touchdown of the ball game. And after that, we do decide to get the backups in, make sure to get a little bit of PT, as we will rebound with this convincing win against Houston. Now, Houston did come alive in the 4th quarter as they do put up 2 touchdowns in the final frame. But that being said, though, what we did come out and manage to do is we do what we were capable of. We got that 50 burger on the board, and we do get back to our winning ways. After losing our last 2 games, we do get back on track, moving to 8-2. As for a big reason why we came back on track, Antoine DeAngelo's overall did play better. He ends up with 385 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in this game. Still got to work the turnovers. Then Kevin Carpenter, saw a little bit of action as well. He threw a grand total of 1 pass that ends up going for 5 yards. Now, for the running game, Willie Lewis was a bigger factor in this one, and he looked great in this game. I had almost 2 guys that were at 100 yards rushing. Willie Lewis ends up with 19 carries at 117 yards, 3 touchdowns to go with it as well. Then Marcus Hayden, who came in for the injured Willie Lewis, he also comes in nearly 100 yards himself, ends up with 12 carries and 96 yards on the day. Now, for the receivers, we did end up with 2 separate receivers with 2 100-yard days, Greg Coleman and Andrew Hargrove. Hargrove with 7 catches, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Coleman leading the team in catches. He had 8 receptions in this game for 133. Meanwhile, Justin McDonald made his presence felt as a tight end in this one. The Sweetwater, Texas product had 2 receiving touchdowns in this one, going for 39 yards. As for Andrew Kirby VI, the custom prospect that actually Coach Gunner was going after, but lost when he was fired and took that defensive coordinator job at TCU. Kirby looked good in his in this big time moment. 4 catches for 49 yards and did also get a touchdown as well. Nice job for the true freshman out of Little Rock. So with the ability to take the University of Houston off the football field, we ran them boys off the field. Let's take a quick look at a recruiting update to see where your custom guys are ending up going, as some did end up signing on the dotted line. Starting off, we have the number 1 outside linebacker in all of high school football, Nas Evans, the Memphis, Tennessee product. He has made his college decision, and he is going to Penn State University. Now, he had offers also to Oklahoma as well as Wisconsin. Very good football player. That 5-star does not come very easily. Looking for an opportunity, to stay a little bit close to home. He might get that to a degree with Penn State, as well as a chance to compete for national championships, as Penn State is in that college football playoff race. They're right in the thick of it. As for Hollywood Jackson, the number 4 player, or the number 4 star and the 12th best tight end in this recruiting class, he has also decided where he wants to go to school. The player out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School, he is actually leaving the state of Ohio and going to the University of Tennessee, going down south to enjoy some quality football down there in the southeast. Very talented athlete. Doesn't have the best blocking abilities, more of a receiving tight end, but he is an athlete and he can be a weapon in his first year in the passing game. And finally, the 4-star from Hoover, Alabama, Richie Spurlock. He has also made his college decision as well, and he's going to be playing his college football at Florida State. He did also have a scholarship offer from Georgia Tech. It was a recruiting battle, but Florida State did end up prevailing. They get a very high quality 4-star player, not the most athletic player, but he can lay some lumber, and he is a fundamentally sound tackler as well as a coverage guy. So anything you ask him to do as a linebacker, he can do it. Don't let that lack of speed fool you. This kid can play. So the win on the road against Houston does help us out a little bit, as we do get to number 15 in the country. But one thing is clear, we definitely need some help, and we cannot afford to go out there and lose another game. Next episode, we will have our final episode of the regular season, and then from there we'll figure out what our fate is, whether we go to a conference championship game, what bowl game do we go to. If it's not the college football playoff, hopefully we can still get our way in there, but one more loss, that would be an ultimate dagger for us. As it is, we definitely need some help, because we don't have very many impressive opponents left before the conference. So it's gonna get a little sticky, it's gonna get a little bit ugly maybe, but you know what, I'm here for it, and I hope you guys are ready for it as well. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, as well as hit that subscribe button if you do happen to be brand new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.